Haunted Hearing Aid. Recorded live by Luigi C. Russo, Chief Poet Officer of PoetLuigi.com. He will also comment on various entertainments recently consumed. And now, let us hear. Third ranch, rip and squirt, toss. Fourth ranch, rip and squirt, toss. And buzzing, hungry, a stance that demands attention simply due to the unnatural causes of hunger for every petite, hungry, drunk little lady waiting for a bad dream to fucking end. She is mad. Her wine is stored away. What was bought with the metal she has found and saved? Just really mad, has she not? Scene change, swampish view, moonlight fast bursting. There it is, at knee high, naked with moonlight shadowing out the virile attributes of a newly born, living male creation born of earth and unhappy victim. Come, Mother Nature cannot. She sits in the fibers of the trees, seeking nothing. And what has become? Petite, brown skin, shotgun, wine, whiskey, a turtle shell full of voodoo, gypsy, Egyptian, prophetic, exploiting at Christian casket. Make the goddamn writers come, understand thing. Dark shades have already danced upon the graves, long lost in the shades of the swamps. You really believe life is that, all that? The African American woman of the White House, so beautiful exposed of the lady wino, the table crushing, rolling, twinkling in the darkened night and facing the fucking demons that are really spirits that shit within and say hallelujah for penance, knowing that this time every is not gonna be later. Whatever is rising is going to create such a force. Only a woman who sits in a rocking chair will be able to face off. Rocking chair, calm, to sleep. There are truly no demands except the upkeep this White House that was supposed to be moonlight upon the White House rocking away, shotgun swaying to the rocking. Life is but a pausing to show who has the power. The mentals of the earth, it has wanted to create, or of the earth, destined. Grab the dirt around you, talk to it, understand it, breathe it, live it, love it. Because the next time you may cross the path of a rising beast, clad in pure brute, a blood seeping of the once living of the nethers, never known to once want to crawl. Leave it, are you listening? She stands erect, snarling, pointing, and says, get the fucking go. Scene, teenagers, bedroom of posters, bed, desk, and bookshelf, posters of ideals and icons, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Larry Bird, Jim Morrison, the Three Stooges, books of ideals and icons, Plato, Jim Morrison, Larry Bird, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Moby Dick, the Holy Bible, Course of Miracles, the Nag Hammadi Library, the Odyssey, Wide Sargasso Sea, Zombieland Poetics, The Complete Guide to Self-Publishing, Stephen King, Flowers for Algernon, Mark Twain, Shakespeare, Joseph Campbell, Chorus, Come to Me, The Savage Sword of Conan, The Walking Dead, G.I. Joe. Window curtains open, breeze of fresh nightly honeysuckle whiffing in slowly. The tentacles of the scent, reaching, whipping to atoms, subatomic levels of matter floating, splitting, absorbed by the honey, climbing three ways, racing to the moonlight, riding on the moonlight rays. Going higher, attach. Stick, hop onto the winds to go the other way, wisping like a wave, up and down, a calm sea, a choppy sea, up, Down, down, reaching through the night, beyond the night, the third way stretches into the room light, creepy, stealthily, dancing into the room, attaching to the tiny opening of the window screen, grasping, slingshot in itself, stretch, 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 stretching, pull, 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 and release, honeysuckle explosion into the nostrils of an angry teenage boy, V.J. Pierce. V.J. Pierce stands shirtless in front of his window. If an observer were to stand peering at this teenage, wholly perfecting, muscled spectacle, would be in awe of a youthful Adonis, a chiseled god. That observer, whether male or female, would pull down their pants, rip off their undies, masturbate under the windowsill. Teenage boy, a Sumerian of sorts, a prehistoric savage with a lust for youth, adventure, skills. Now anger has become his fuel to work out better, bigger, more. Summer breeze of honeysuckle does not calm the worships of a young mind for eternity. That concludes today's reading of Haunted Hearing Aid Volume 1, Evil is Here. We have an exciting hearing aid on, hearing aid off. Alright, not really exciting, but the usual. We got Hall and Oates, the very best of Daryl Hall and Oates. I thought I was expecting more. Voices just weren't appealing, after all, to my hearing aid, so they get a hearing aid off. Green Day, Saviors. Nothing but a bunch of noise. Hearing aid off. Ready or not, here I come. It was entertaining, fun. One worshipping of the devil and the powers, and one ridiculousness thing after the other, and some intense yelling and screaming, and poor things always getting stabbed. Hearing aid on. Hard to find 45s on CD, Volume 8, 70s pop classics. Yeah, there were a couple hits like Kung Fu Fighting, but not too many. So hearing aid off. Hard to find jukebox classics, Volume 1, 50s pop, stereo explosion. It had Dale. You say Dale. He's got the whole world in his hands. She said hands funny. It was like Hans got the whole world in his hands. And then Hot Diggity. That was a fun song. So I give that CD a hearing aid on. Hard to find 45s on CD, Volume 10, 1960 to 65. I was expecting more hits for my hearing aid and didn't get them, so hearing aid off. Compendium, the G.I. Joe Compendium 1. I know, I always say Compendium. G.I. Joe, Compendium 1, it's so big. And, they're constantly re-releasing issues over and over. You go from Marvel to, DW to, was it Devil's Due? DD, Devil's Due, then Image, and then back to somebody else, and then now it's with Skybound. Everyone wants to release the first so many issues. I get sick of reading issues 1 through 24. I've read them so many times in different compilations that I have. So there's just too much. It's unnecessary to release such a thing. Just let people go back and get the old stuff that's already been published. There's only so much money we could spend on all this stuff. Hearing it off. Hall and Oates. The very best of Daryl Hall, John Oates. This is different from the other one. It was a different best of. And it was still sleepy time tea with Daryl and Oates. The voices aren't, I don't like their voices. My hearing aid does not like their voices, so hearing aid off. Josh Groban. Closer. The 20th anniversary is a 2 CD. My hearing aid just want to say shut up. It was just too slow of singing. I don't care if you're young guys singing all these hits of the Yesteryears, oh, so, man, I almost crashed driving home because it was putting me to sleep. Hearing it off. Devil Wears Prada 2. What a load of crap. Boring movie, wasting my time. The wife wasted her time. You know, fashion industry, it's what? Promoting clothes no one wears. What, you want to be creative with creating these designs? It's an art form. It's an art form. Fashion's art. It's not what we wear in the daily fashion. It's just goofy stuff. But anyways, they highlighted some of that. The story was just garbage. I don't know. It was too forced. And Meryl Streep looks great for her age. I'll tell you that. You know, just as you know, I'm gonna say, just gets a hearing aid off on that one. Hard to find jukebox classics. Jukebox classic with jukebox hero. 1963 to 64. 29 amazing. I don't know. Stereo. Yeah, 29 amazing studio hits. Man, these titles are long. Had Love Potion number 9. Dominique. Don't let me be misunderstood. You can hear it in my house. Yeah, I know. I don't sound like them. I know. I get it. I can't sing. I know. Oh man, a lot of good hits. Hearing it on. And finally, the last one, Song Sung Blue, the movie. It was a love story. It's really good. And, yeah, I think you have to fictionalize some things to make it a movie, right? And I grew up with Neil Diamond, and I love the story because two strangers meet, they both have kids, they come together, fall in love, bad things happen, and they just, just get through it, keep going. It was touching because there was a scene in there when they admitted to the psych ward. They hit home for me. I've encountered a situation like that, and it's tough stuff. You just have to make a decision for, you have to just make a decision, and it hurts, but it's the right decision, even though it feels wrong. But you just have to make a decision like that, especially if you love the person. And so that hit home, and so brought back some memories in my brain that I had buried deep down. Yeah, even thinking about it now, I'm talking about it. So, anyways, that movie gets a hearing aid on, and that concludes today's podcast on this muggy, stormy Sunday. Peace out.